Hello one and all, this is Wolfstar Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. So, I've been, of course, off screen, as I said, going through and doing the best I can with doing this rhythm game. And as soon as I close out of this, a cutscene should be playing here. So let's just hop right into that, shall we? Well, first, this. Well, I got the first two. Return to World Tour.
One fateful night, darkness consumed Destiny Islands. As Riku disappeared into the darkness, my heart managed to escape to safety inside Sora.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it off screen of this game being from Kairi's perspective, and with all this recapping, it's like how would she know what happens during the course of the first game? Well, she just explained it. Because her heart was inside Sora. That's the only reason she would know.
The darkness overwhelmed Sora, and he awoke in an unfamiliar town.
And that should be it, right? Yeah. Cleared! There we go. Number 25, Dark Side. Alright. And a new one opens up. Alright. But first we have to go through this one. I'll meet you back after a couple of songs.
Having been chosen by the Keyblade, Sora teamed up with Donald and Goofy.
First time they met.
The trio traveled together through many worlds, locking the world's keyholes in order to keep them safe from the encroaching darkness. Meanwhile, Riku awoke in the dark depths.
Yeah. And then met Maleficent, which was a bad idea. For clearing all songs. Guard armor. Alright. Okay, unlocked Wonderland and Agrabah. And Atlantica. And Halloween Town. Alright. So, okay, I have to go through quite a bit here until I get to the next film reel. Alrighty. Joy. I'm having a little difficulty. For some reason, my button presses doesn't seem like they're registering half the time. I don't know what the problem is. It's like I'm trying my best, but at the same time, my button presses just, I swear, are not registering. I don't know if I'm like pressing the buttons too soon or a little too late. That's one of my problems with rhythm games. It's like I either press the buttons too soon or too late. So, I'm trying. Anyway, onward and upward.
With his heart clouded by darkness, Riku stood in Sora's way. As
Almost
they
at
fought,
every turn.
Sora realized that his power came from his friends, not his weapon. When Sora found out that my heart had been inside him all along, he saved me without sparing a thought for what might happen to him.
Really the ultimate sacrifice. And that's what tends to make a hero.
Now it was my time to save him. As I wished for that strength, something incredible happened. Hoping that we would never be separated again, I gave Sora my lucky charm.
Actually, whatever happened to that charm? It's like we never see it again after Chain of Memories. It's like, well, does Sora still have the charm? I assume he does. But it's never brought up again. Is it ever gonna come back into play at all? I just wonder. Probably not, but, you know, I can't help but wonder. Anyway. So, don't have too far to go to get the next one. Right there. So, be right back. This is a boss battle music stage. Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's go over how boss battles work. Okay, this is gonna be different. Boss battle music stages, you'll face off against boss characters in a rhythmic battle. Oh, great. It's all the same. Targets with a line connecting them need to be hit at the same time. Okay. Hit targets and hold targets. Press as many of X, L1, and R1 as there are targets. Okay. Slide targets, tilt both the left and right sticks. Okay. I feel like this is not going to go well. Consecutive hold targets. Sometimes a hold target will begin right when another one ends. Change which button you press to transition between targets. For example, if you press X for the first target, press L1 or R1 as you release X to hit the next one. Oh, okay. So press, and then as I press one button, and as I release, press the next button. Okay. Special attacks. Boss characters will occasionally unleash special attacks. Try to dodge these attacks. Hit as many targets with dark auras as you can. Okay. I think I got it. That's a lot to take in. Okay. I don't know. Let's try this. This is a little different than what I've been doing so far. Okay. Oh. Oh. Ah.
There.
Oh, no. Ah. Ah.
Ha
Ah. Ah. I did.
Thunder.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm doing. This is really different.
Feel the darkness.
Keep moving, Sora. God. Do I have any control over Sora when the Guardian is doing that? Ugh, that was really rough. Okay. Yeah. Return to World Tour. I might need a demonstration on this. I don't know if the demonstration is doing anything for me. Okay. I think I just need to look at the tutorial for it again, possibly.
Gotcha!
Ah. Oh, I didn't do that right.
Thunder! Take this!
Ah, didn't get that right.
There!
Oh, I got one of them. Oh. Ah.
Accept the darkness.
No. I'm not gonna accept the darkness, Ansem. No. Ah.
Is that all you got? Thunder! Ha-ha! Drowned in darkness.
No. Ah.
There! Yeah!
Well, I actually cleared it that time. So that's something. That's different. Oh my god. I did really bad though. That is so different. Okay. I'd figure I'd show the boss battle just to see what, just to get my reaction from it. Yeah. That's gonna take some serious getting used to. Oh boy. Anyway. Yeah. Didn't get all those. Riku memory dive, okay. Cleared first boss battle, music stage. Confronting the enemy. Okay, I'm gonna try this again, see if I can do any better before we take a look at the cutscene here. So I'll be right back. I won't let you sit through this again. Have you sit through it again? Well, I fared a little bit better that time. I mean, I got a better record, so that's something. But only 17 excellence. Well, rainbow excellence, I should say. So, might clear bonus 43, high score bonus 20, collector's bonus 8. I might be able to do a little better. Maybe. Oh! Well, I got hit 50% or more of hold targets. I guess that's something. Anyway. Let's check out this cutscene.
The light emanating from Kingdom Hearts destroyed Ansem, the strongest darkness Sora faced. But the darkness behind the door still threatened to burst out at any moment. With Riku and Mickey on the inside and Sora on the outside, they sealed Kingdom Hearts from both sides. And so, Sora and his two friends continued on their journey.
Along a very long road, which leads into the second game in the franchise, which would be Chain of Memories. Team Days. Team attained for clearing all songs in this world. All right. Changing team. Select team in the team menu to change the characters you play as in music stages. The team you use does not affect your score. Oh, okay. All right. So, I was kind of looking off screen at like a couple of different paths, and I'm like, okay, so there's this path here, which should be everything involving Chain of Memories, and then from here should be the start of Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh, and I wanted to mention that off screen, I managed to get all the missions done in every world prior. I had some difficulty, but I managed to do it. A little bit frustrating at times, but I'm actually kind of proud of myself that I was able to complete each mission. For some reason, I had some trouble trying to like get the missions where I had to break all the barrels and boxes, as well as getting all the ability crystals. It's like, for some reason, my button presses for those would either be like too early or too late. And, you know, like I said, that tends to happen with me trying to play rhythm games. And I tend to button mash when I get panicked, so that's not the ideal way to play a rhythm game, but, you know, that's what happens when I get panicked. I just press buttons. Anyway, I'll go ahead and go down this path because, you know, if we're gonna follow the Kingdom Hearts story in the right order here, we want to do Chain of Memories next. So, on to Castle Oblivion. So, I'll see you back once I get through these songs here.
Sora continued his journey in search of Riku and Mickey, and found himself at Castle Oblivion.
Now, this is where Kairi's perspective doesn't quite make sense, because her heart has gone back to her. So, like, it is curious how she knows about this storyline, with Chain of Memories. She was not part of this at all. So it is kind of curious how she knows about this particular story.
Using cards made from memories of the worlds they'd visited, the group continued deeper into the castle. Meanwhile, Riku awoke beneath the castle and was met by a mysterious voice. With Sora headed for the top floor and Riku aiming for the ground floor, the two continued to climb, each on their own path.
And Chain of Memories, for me in particular, I also had a bit of difficulty with when I first played it. When it came out on the PS2. I never have... Okay, so I've played all of the Kingdom Hearts games except for the GBA version of Chain of Memories, which was the original version. So I've never played that. But with it on the PS2, I had difficulty with it being card-based, but I eventually got used to it. Much like right now, I'm trying to get used to this being a rhythm game. But anyway, I kind of digress. It's interesting that I have a story with each section here. Well, onward!
As Sora advanced through the castle, his memories started to fade. In exchange, new memories of Naminé grew clearer. It quickly became his goal to save her from where she was being held captive in the castle. Meanwhile, Riku was fighting the darkness within himself as he continued through the castle. Lying in wait to confront him was a boy who looked just like him, a replica of himself created by the organization.
And to be honest, I find Riku to be a more interesting character than Sora. With him welcoming darkness and letting darkness into his heart, he's a more interesting character than Sora. Character's much more on the side of light. That's not to say Riku isn't. It's just he wields both darkness and light, which makes him more interesting. So it's he's a far more interesting character, I find.
This replica was planted with false memories that caused him to stand in Sora's way. Naminé had the power to overwrite the memories of Sora and those connected to him. The organization used this power for their own gain. Even after discovering the shocking truth that his memories of Naminé were fake, Sora still chose to protect her. He prepared for the final battle, eager to finally retrieve his lost memories.
Even though that Sora didn't even know Naminé existed until the Chain of Memories game, it just shows that he's a genuinely nice guy and wants to help people, even if he doesn't know them very well. He in the first game, he goes after his best friends to help them, but then in Chain of Memories, he goes and helps someone he doesn't even know. That just shows that he has a good heart. That's actually very apropos to the game series at large.
The battle at Castle Oblivion came to an end. To regain his memories, Sora would have to forget all about Naminé. he fell into a deep sleep.
Almost like this game never happened. Because Sora just forgets everything that he experienced in Castle Oblivion. Hence, his memories are lost to oblivion. Yeah, I know I went there. I had to.
But not before leaving himself a reminder to thank her when he woke up. Meanwhile, Zexion decided that Riku had outlived his usefulness. From within a shroud of magic, Riku heard Namine. Riku accepted the power of darkness without fear, and he used it to defeat both Zexion and the replica of himself.
Okay, so Kairi mentions Riku defeated Zexion and the Riku replica. What about Lexaeus? I mean, Lexaeus was the boss that came before Zexion. And even at that point, it's like Riku was like, how do I want to put it? He almost had no control over his darkness at that point because he became unconscious. So King Mickey had to kind of reach out to him and bring him back after defeating Lexaeus. So I feel like that was an important battle because of that, but it's completely glossed over here. I guess, well, que sera, sera, I guess.
Namine offered to use her powers to lock away the darkness in Riku's heart for good, but he refused, choosing instead to wield its power as his own. Riku and Mickey set out from Castle Oblivion, continuing along the path where darkness lies hidden within light. The road to dawn.
Alrighty. Well, with that, we're now done with the whole path that has to do with Chain of Memories. And of course, I'll go through and try and complete these as best as I can. Off screen, of course. And, you know, actually, while I'm thinking of it, since this is a mishmash of editing with how I'm going through this game, I could just very well go ahead and add my own recap with the Lexaeus fight I just mentioned. So here are those cutscenes now for you.
You're finished! Don't mock me!
You were too much trouble. Too slow. You are the superiors. Forgive me, Zexion. This was a fight I should not have started. I see you now. Clearly.
Huh? Lexius?
Riku, I can see your heart.
No, it's not. Darkness this foul could only be...
That's it. Remember me. Let me drift into your heart.
Ansem!
You called out my name. You have been thinking about me. You're afraid of the darkness I command. Good. The more you think of me, the closer my return draws. And when I have awoken, I will take hold. Your heart will be mine!
Riku, fight! Don't let him win!
Your Majesty!
You meddlesome king!
So, as you saw, after the boss fight that ensues, this first cutscene takes place, and, Lexius is a little weak. And, Riku tries to rush him, and Lexius still gets the upper hand, and whacks him with his axe sword, and Riku gets jumbled about and becomes unconscious, and the darkness in him, Ansem's darkness, takes over, and he kill rushes Lexius. And then afterwards, King Mickey has to come in and, save Riku from Ansem's darkness. I mean, Riku's trying to resist, but of course he can only do so much because, it's darkness. So Mickey, being completely on the side of light, is able to fend him off. This whole sequence here, I feel, is very important, and I'm honestly surprised that it's completely glossed over with this recap, in this game. So I feel that it was worth noting because through certain circumstances, Riku could very well lose himself, become unconscious or whatever, and lose control of his darkness, and Ansem could just very well take over and do what he wants. Thankfully, Mickey is there for Riku, so he's able to rein him back in. He was able to rein Riku back to the side of light. And, as the course of the game series goes on, it just shows that Riku is able to wield both light and dark in a very effective way. And it just shows that he is, like I said, a much more interesting character than Sora because of this facet to him. Anyway, I think actually with that, I am going to stop it here for the day. So, I hope you all enjoyed watching, and thank you for all watching, by the way. And if you enjoyed the video and want to see more, like, favorite, and subscribe to become part of the pack. And don't forget to claw that bell icon so you know when a new video comes out. And as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day or night, wherever you may be.